I know you're probably tired of California this, California that, California fire. You've heard it everywhere, you've seen it everywhere, whether it's been on the news, whether it's been on social media, TikTok, you name it, it's been there. It, there's not really words to describe what has happened in Los Angeles or Los Angeles area with, the fires and whatnot, because what the heck, man? It was crazy. Like some of the videos that I've seen, pictures and so on, it's just something that you see like in an apocalypse movie, or like nothing that's real. Like seeing some of the videos of complete towns and neighborhoods that are just gone. It's just nothing but rubble. It's crazy to me that we're living through an event of like such destruction of a major city. I mean, obviously, fire didn't spread to downtown Los Angeles, but it took out an entire town. And it's ridiculous. And basically in today's video, I'm just gonna rant about it, because that's what this channel is all about, ranting about things, or just talking about things in general. And if you like the video, or you like me yapping all the time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because I appreciate any kind of support that I can get, as I just started this channel, so I don't know what I'm doing, man. Well, I mean, I kind of know what I'm doing, but at the same time I don't. Like last video, I tried some new editing with like doing cuts here and there. I think I did a pretty good job, but it is what it is. And this topic could definitely spark more interest and whatnot, because it's something new that just happened, and everybody's talking about the wildfires now. There's millions of conspiracies out there. Like I'll be scrolling on Twitter and someone's like, oh, it's an aliens did this, or space lasers. I saw somebody today, they said that there's somebody in space shooting heat lasers on spots in Los Angeles to spark the fires. Like, I don't know if like the person who said that, like if they like think, oh yeah, there's somebody in space with space lasers making fires. Like that doesn't even make any sense. That's not even physically possible. Well, in theory it is, but like, why would no? Is no. Like the National Weather Service said that there was going to be, like, they predict this is going to happen. I mean, not the fires, but like they said there was going to be 80 to 100 mile an hour wind gusts. It was going to be extremely dry. Now, wind cannot go over power lines, and power lines, when they fall over, they create sparks, which can create fires. Now, I think like some of the bigger fires that started were caused, like at least the spot fires and whatnot from those big fires, were caused by down power lines. They create sparks, they light the brush on fire, the brush catches on fire, and those ambers, because of how windy it was, just blew it across, and then it just spread really fast. And then you have people who are out there like actually starting these fires. Like if you think about it, like the weather conditions down there are like perfect for like a fire to like go crazy no matter where it is. Somebody could literally take a cigarette, throw it in like a where there's a bunch of dry grass, dry bushes or whatever, and it could start a major fire. Anybody could do that. And it's crazy that people are like that and will do that, because there's a lot of crazy people in Los Angeles. Them homeless people, man, they just start a fire, and then they start a big wildfire, and then like today, for example, one of the fires, the Kenneth fire that was started today, that was completely lit by someone, and that burned over 1,000 acres like within an hour. Like think about that, 1,000 acres, man. I can't even mow 4 acres, let alone 1,000. And it's just like someone lit that fire, and like there's homes that are destroyed because of that. Last night when the Hollywood Hills caught on fire, and that damaged several homes along the hills or whatnot. There was literally in Studio City, there was houses collapsing from the fires. It's crazy. And what makes this whole situation even worse is there's insurance companies out there like State Farm that are canceling on people because of the recent fires. They don't want to spend all their money helping people with insurance, so they just completely cut them off. How is that legal? How can an insurance company just completely cut somebody off because of a natural disaster happening? Like, that shouldn't be allowed. And I think that they should be sued for that. It's messed up, and I feel like there's not a lot of people talking about how insurance companies are just completely cutting people off. And I get that people in Los Angeles, they're more on the wealthy side, at least most people, not everyone. Some people are struggling, but there's a lot of people who lost their homes that are rich per se, or have a lot of money, but that doesn't matter. They're still human. They're still a person. They still lost their home. Regardless if they have enough money to build another home, or they even have another home, they still lost a home. They're still a person. Whether or not they have $1 million or $10,000 in their bank account, they're still a person. They don't deserve to lose their home. And like, some people out here are like, oh, I'm so glad there's fires in Los Angeles. They all deserve it. They don't. They're still people. Regardless of how much money you have in your bank account, you are still a human being. Unless, of course, you're from another planet, then that's a different story for another day. Talk about that on another rant session. But like, I don't understand people sometimes, man. Like, sometimes I think myself, I'm from another planet because I'm different than everybody. Everybody else is different than me. But like, people are just weird, saying that their houses, or they're glad that their houses are burned, or this and that. I just had like no brain, like just like I have so many thoughts in my head at the same time. I want to talk about it all at the same time, and it just cancels out, and I just forget what I'm talking about. And then I'm over here like, oh, what do I say? I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to like say about the fires and whatnot, and I like, you'll notice like I'll go from like topic to topic to topic. My ADHD kicks in, and I'm like scared that I'm gonna forget everything I'm thinking of. And like, the main thing I need to work on with these videos is kind of flowing with the topic, because it'll kind of be all over the place, and it could stress people out, or make people not watch to the end. But that's just my ADHD, so my bad. Gonna work on it. But last video, I didn't have my microphone plugged in like on my camera, so it was using the camera mic. Terrible. Video before that, my camera was out of focus and the lighting was crappy. And I'm just like, YouTube is a learning process, man, and learning how to do it all is interesting. Like, I run 2 other channels. I don't really run my gaming channel anymore, but like my weather channel, for example, run that, and I've been running it for like a while, and like, certain videos do better on there versus other ones. I feel like the videos that I spend more time doing don't really hit the charts versus like something I don't really take my time on. Like this channel especially, like I take my time with these videos. I don't really write scripts per se. Like I don't like doing that. Like usually I come up with these ideas when I'm sleeping, and I'd be like, "Ooh, that's a good topic to talk about." Which I feel like maybe, like, especially if I try to do this more professionally, writing scripts will probably make it better to where I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But like I like doing it like raw, This is like raw emotion, man. I'm not faking it. It's all coming from the brain. I also realized that I should probably like look directly at the camera, look directly at you guys versus like the side camera, because I feel like that kind of throws it off. But I don't know. You guys let me know if that's like a bad thing, if you care that I'm looking off to the side there versus there. I feel like I should be doing that, but then it's like kind of awkward, like I'm just looking into the screen, looking at you guys. I feel like, if any of you guys made it this far, you're probably like, why is this dude's not talking about the fires anymore? What is he even talking about? I know, ramble on a lot. And a lot of times, I'll even repeat myself in the videos, man. You gotta get on me, you gotta be in the comments, be like, hey man, you're repeating yourself too much. And I like feedback, like it all, but yeah, like I hope that the people who are affected by the fires in Los Angeles recover. They get through what they're going through and they rebuild. and there's still fires going on. Like both of the major fires in North LA and West LA, I guess it's like northwestern LA, are still at large. They just got 7% containment on the Palisades fire. 7% containment on, which is great. 7% might not seem like a lot, but like that's better than zero. So hopefully they can get these fires, and controlled, and they stop it, man. I mean, the winds are still bad tonight, so hopefully it doesn't spark any more fires. They kind of keeping an eye, making sure there's not any more spot fires, because that first day that we had those fires, man, I was nervous because there was like the winds were crazy and spot fires were just popping up everywhere. When those hot ambers, they can fly miles and create more fires, and they didn't have water. An entire town burned down because they didn't have water. How can you not have water? You are one of the wealthiest cities in the U.S. and you don't have water in your fire hydrants. Let that make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then you got the mayor, who's in a different country. They completely cut funding to the firefighters. Like what is going on here? And I've seen a lot of people, say, oh, climate change is the main problem here. But this natural disaster is not necessarily climate change related. Now, before you get angry and you're like, oh, why are you saying this about climate change? Is totally real. Yes, I get that there's climate change. Climate change has really impacted our weather, but this event alone is not caused by climate change. It's caused by the government not, defunding the firefighters significantly to where they don't have resources to put out the fires. They didn't keep up on their brush. They didn't keep up on anything with it was basically a disaster waiting to happen. And we had the perfect conditions for a major fire to break out. We had the winds. We had extremely dry conditions. It was the perfect scenario for a fire to happen. So say what you want about climate change, but this is not at all, caused by climate change. This is just a bad government not knowing what they're doing, and they need to get their act together, or there's going to be more incidents like this, and there's going to be more lives lost because they're more focused on things that don't matter versus things that do matter, like going up and not defunding the firefighters. Like, what are you doing, man? And then not having water is just crazy. I've even heard a couple conspiracies that insurance companies were like the cause of some of the fires, so they could get their monies. And it's a terrible situation. And I was hooked to the live coverage of the fires that were breaking out. Like, I was hooked onto it. It was crazy that it was all happening all at once, and all I could do is just sit there and watch it happen. Like, if I didn't have to work every day, bro, I'd take a plane to LA and I'd be out there serving food to people. Like, that's why I want to make a bunch of money either off of streaming or making content, so I can do things like that. Go out there and help. Like, I love helping people. That's been one of my favorite things. That's why I made a therapy channel, man. I like helping you guys. I like helping people mentally and physically. Those are two of my big key things, doing all that. But I will leave that topic for another video, so I don't get, because I've already been kind of all over the place with this video. First I was talking about the fires, then I was talking about me, and then I went back to the fires, and then I started talking about me again. Always fun stuff on the channel, but this time I didn't mess anything up, so I'm glad. And if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and make sure to drop a like and give me any feedback in the comments. Let me know what you're going through. This is a safe space. I will reply to every comment. You know how it is. I will see you guys next week in the next video. Bye.